Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, find out which candidate Kamala Harris is endorsing in the New York City mayor race.
And the Secret Service seized a cache of equipment in the New York area, what the equipment was capable of.
But first, SUNY Oswego is climbing the ranks amongst colleges in the North, what they've been recognized for.
WTOP Nightly News starts now.
Good evening. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Suad Hamoud.
And I'm Marian Conte.
SUNY Oswego continues to trend upwards as it jumps up 9 spots in U.S. News and World Report's 2026 Best Regional Universities in the North. Now sitting at number 28, the latest rankings highlight the university's strong performances in social mobility, value, and veteran support. SUNY Oswego was also highlighted for strengthening its growth and national reputation for academic excellence.
On the national level, SUNY Oswego received the recognition for the undergrad engineering programs, top computer science schools, top undergrad business program, and top psychology programs. The schools show the mountain of university dedicated to excellence, innovation, and student achievement.
The United Way of Greater Oswego and Oswego County first responder units are working in union to bring a chili cook-off. Chili will be entered from several different fire and police departments. There will be a People's Choice Award given at the end of the event. The chili cook-off will occur on October 3rd from 5 to 9 p.m. at Oswego Elks Lodge by West 5th and Bridge Streets in Oswego.
New York State troopers are currently investigating a house fire as a possible arson. In the town of Raleigh, at 2 p.m. Sunday, troopers arrived at a fire at the 2701 State Route 3. A witness said that they saw a colored vehicle leaving the scene of the fire around the time of the incident. No injuries have been reported. Authorities are actively working to find the cause of the fire.
The Ride Oswego County app is available now. This app makes it easier for Oswego County residents to understand the public transportation and stay updated on the bus's route through tracking location and receiving notifications of its route. It is available for download on the Apple App Store on Google Play Store. For more information, call 315-598-1514 or email rideoc@oswegocounty.com. We have an update for you about a man who has been missing since the start of the month.
State Police releasing a statement on the man who was found yesterday afternoon. Our reporter Eddie in here with the story. Eddie?
Thanks, ladies. A central New York man that has been missing since September 7th was found dead in his car yesterday afternoon. The state police reporting that 33-year-old Alexander Thornton was discovered 30 to 40 feet beyond the tree line of Interstate 81 in Oswego County. His car nearly impossible to see from the road. It was a tractor-trailer driver who noticed the vehicle yesterday, the elevated seat likely making the difference in the car being spotted. The black BMW allegedly swerved off the road into the median and struck a ditch, sending the vehicle into the wooded area where it struck a tree and sat for weeks. State troopers have not yet determined the cause of the crash, although the investigation determined that speed was a factor. Thornton had been missing since September 7th, being reported as a missing vulnerable adult. He was last seen on September 5th. The state police are continuing their investigation. That's all I have for now. Reporting for WTOP-10 News, I'm Eddie McAlpine. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Eddie. After a long time of nice weather and sunshine, we finally got some rain.
Let's see if the rain will stick around for a while with the Storm Team 10 meteorologist Braley Jacobs.
Thanks, guys, and it's definitely been a very warm and muggy start to the week with high humidity levels, even with our low temperatures during the night. And we can also thank the rain for coming back and helping us out with some of the previous drought conditions we have seen along with the sunny weather. Don't worry, we do have the sunshine set to return over the course of the weekend. And how long will this late summer warmth last? I'll have all this and more in my full weather forecast ahead, but for now, back to you guys over at the desk.
Thank you, Bradley. The aquarium coming to Syracuse is on track to be finished by July 2026. The progress has been significant in the past couple of weeks. The cost county lawmakers approved started at $85 million and has now turned to around $100 million. Community members are excited about a new addition in their neighborhood, saying this will help attract more people to the city and also be a great attraction for children. The Secret Service informs they found equipment in the New York region as world leaders have a United Nations General Assembly. Agents found at least 10,000 SIM cards and 300 servers. The equipment could affect cell towers and emergency responses, or can also be used for surveillance. According to one official, the network has the efficiency to send 30 million text messages per minute. There is no accurate information to indicate the network was a threat to this week's UN General Assembly meeting. Monday night, former Vice President Kamala Harris declared her endorsement for the New York City mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani. While speaking with MSNBC's Rachel Maddow, Harris stated that as the Democratic nominee, he should be supported. This comes as a big win for Mamdani's run for office, and it could even influence other Democratic leaders to follow up. Harris didn't fail to mention the many other Democratic candidates running for an office this year. Still ahead tonight, Hong Kong Still ahead tonight, prepares for a major storm ahead their way.
Plus, a verdict in the attempted assassination on President Trump.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
Roll it.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
Good evening and welcome back to your nightly news here at WTOP-10. I'm your meteorologist Bradley Jacobs, and taking a current look at our current conditions, it's 63 outside with mostly cloudy skies. The dew point is in around 63 as well, creating that humidity of about 100%. The pressure's sitting right around 1,000 millibars, indicating that overcast weather we're seeing, and a slight breeze coming out of the east at 2 miles per hour. Take a look at the regional temps around the state. We're all really in the same boat, out from western New York to Rochester, Oswego, down the 81 corridor, all in about the mid-60s and really humid and muggy, even over my way here down to Utica, Delhi, Binghamton, and out by the Capital Region, all in the same muggy boat right now under these 60-degree temperatures and very high humidities. unfortunately, these warm temperatures are going to be here to stay, and we can see from the average temperature for this time of year, Wednesday is going to be about 6 degrees higher than the average. Otherwise, right into the weekend, we're going to be right at about average temperature. But then Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday, those temperatures will still continue to be very above average for this time of year. And taking a look 6 to 10 days ahead from now, we can see much of the United States on the West Coast is going to see a lot more precipitation. However, for us with these orange and yellow colors, that means drier conditions. So once this rain moves out, back to the sun, back to the warm temperatures, and potentially still the drought conditions during the state that we are seeing currently. Now looking ahead to tomorrow for your daytime planner, it's going to be warming on up to about the low 70s with a chance of showers and thunderstorms starting right in the afternoon and evening hours. Looking ahead to your extended forecast, Wednesday, Thursday, both low 70s with chance of showers and storms. Friday, chance of showers as well. Looking ahead to the weekend, warming back up into the 70s, mostly sunny and sunny skies. And then out to next week, a week from now, still the high 60s, low 70s, and sunny, clearing skies. That's all for my full weather forecast tonight. Back to you guys to the desk.
Thank you, Bradley. NASA today announced their hopes on accomplishing missions to the moon and Mars. In order to further their plans, they've begun to train their future astronauts. 10 new astronaut recruits were introduced today. They will have to go through the same 2-year training program as the other 48 current astronauts at NASA. It is only when they complete training that they will be eligible to participate in new flight missions.
Ryan Weasley Warren, the man. The man is accused of the assassination of President Trump was found guilty on the counts of manslaughter towards a presidential candidate.
A woman from Missouri with a long history of financial crimes was sentenced to more than 4 years in prison today for attempting to steal Graceland from the family of Elvis Presley. Through forged documents, Lisa finally was accused of posing as an investor who claimed rights to the historic landmark. The scam occurred after the death of Elvis's daughter Lisa Marie, and the ownership was put into the hands of her daughter Riley Keough. After her prison term, Finley will have 3 years of probation.
After racing through the influences, Typhoon is now heading towards Hong Kong.
Several flights out of the city have been canceled, along with school and businesses closing. The storm is expected to pass through the area in the southern region where Hong Kong and other major cities lie. Tens of millions of citizens could be impacted from the storm as it makes its approach. When WTOP-10 Nightly News continues, a silent killer is running rampant across the U.S. Find out what you can do to stay safe.
And electrical owners have a chance to save some money.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
WTOP-10 Nightly News.
In consumer news, federal tax credits for electric vehicles are set to expire in just 1 week, on September 30th, putting thousands of dollars of savings at risk for buyers. New EV buyers can claim up to $7,500 now, while used EV purchasers can still qualify for up to $4,000, but after the deadline, those incentives vanish. Dealers say demand is surging as customer rush to lock in credit before it's gone. So if you've been considering an electric vehicle, act fast. Time is running out.
In other news, road is closing. The unmassive ancient local with China will be sailed as many. And the ambassador of China, David Perdue, says that the U.S. Ambassador David Perdue says that the negotiations are in their final days or weeks, and that this deal is seen as the key component in trade discussions between the U.S. and China. If finalized, this deal will mark Bowen's greatest China order in years, a sign of improving relations between the U.S. and China.
A new study suggests cycling may offer protection against dementia. Over a period of 13 years, researchers found that people who regularly cycled had a 19% lower risk of developing dementia and a 22% lower risk of Alzheimer's disease compared to those who travel by motorized vehicle. While these findings are promising, experts remind us this is observational. Cycling is associated with lower risk, but causation isn't proven, and lifestyle or genetic factors may play a role. Chagas disease, known as the silent killer, affects millions across North and South America.
Okay. Mandy Gather explained how doctors are coming to raise awareness on the prevention of today's health issue. Okay.
Experts say that early testing and treatment are the key to preventing Chagas from turning deadly.
If you think you may be at risk, be sure to contact the CDC on recommendations on what you should talk to your doctor on getting better screened.
Syracuse football has been experiencing a renaissance under head coach Fran Brown.
But it seems like this band will be the new continue without their fracture. WTOP Brady here. Brady?
Just 3 days after Syracuse toppled Clemson, the team announced that quarterback Steve Angeli's season is in fact over. Angeli, in his third college season, was second in passing yards in the FBS with 1,316 total yards. A torn Achilles ends his season only 4 weeks into the year, and Angeli underwent a successful surgery today, and he stated on social media that, "I've learned through life and football that God doesn't give us anything we can't handle, and I can't wait to get back on the field." The Syracuse Orange will be using second-string veteran team quarterback Ricky Collins the remainder of the season. Make sure to stay tuned after the break, where our sports anchor Jacob Coleman will give you some important updates in sports.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
we'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen, make them briefly.
Our first local sports story tonight is from the Laker Invitational Women's Volleyball doubleheader. These games took place this past Saturday over the weekend, where the Lakers would split the 2 matchups 1-1. In the first game, they would go toe-to-toe with one of the Little East's top teams, the Western Connecticut Wolverines, where they would drop the game in a 3-2 decision. The Lady Lakers made sure to bounce back big time in the second match, taking out Utica University 3-1. And moving on now to our next story, the Lakers goalie Kyle Rose was selected as the SUNYAC Defensive Athlete of the Week. Rose acted as a brick wall in the middle of the net this week, stopping 11 shots on goal in 2 different games to help men's soccer pick up their first victory of the season. Rose, who is only a sophomore, leads all of the SUNYAC Conference in saves with 33. Men's soccer will return home on Saturday to take on SUNY Oneonta at 11. Into Division I now, the NCAA's Atlantic Coast Conference, known as the ACC, will be implementing a rule change next season that was just announced yesterday. The ACC football teams will be required to play 9 conference games now instead of just the 8. This decision brings the ACC conference up to standards with other major conferences, with a focus on rewarding strength of schedule. The conference will also have a 10-team Power 4 requirement, where teams from the ACC must face teams from other conferences like the Big 10, the Big 12, or the SEC. And now moving on to the pro side of sports, a terrible week for NFL players has passed as a bunch of different players met their season's demise with injuries this week. The Cardinals lost their starting back, James Conner, and their rivals, the 49ers, lost their key defensive player, Nick Bosa. Other key names that were injured but won't be gone all year include CeeDee Lamb, Terry McLaurin, and Mike Evans, all 3 of which are starting wide receivers. And now moving on to the highlight game of Week 3, in my opinion, which was here in Cleveland, as the Browns would take on Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love. Speaking of Jordan Love, he would have the ball here rolling to his right in the red zone as he's going to find his rookie tight end, John Fitzpatrick, in the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. This would be his first career touchdown in the young start here. And this was just the start to the end of the crazy game here in Cleveland, as on the very next drive of the Packers offense, Jordan Love would get the ball back again, and he would fire an interception into the hands of Grant Delpit. He would grab this ball and run it down 25 yards inside the 5-yard line. And this is the first Green Bay turnover all year. And on top of that, this is the first Browns takeaway this year as well. This would set them up perfectly to tie the game late in the 4th quarter. And that is exactly what they would do, as the rookie running back Quinshawn Judkins would capitalize on it here. In a 1st and goal scenario, he punches the ball into the end zone. It is a 10-10 ball game tied late in the 4th quarter. And in our next highlight now, 27 seconds left, the Packers' game-winning attempt is blocked by Denzel Ward, and Greg Newsome would come up with the recovery. 2 turnovers in the final 3 minutes for this Browns defense. Absolutely massive chance here late. And this turnover would give the Browns just enough time to set up for their own game-winning field goal. This one from 55 yards out. It is iced down the middle to make the Browns win 13-10 final score. The Browns would pick up their first win this season in massive upset fashion over the Green Bay Packers, who many considered the league's best team this season. A massive win for the Browns to go on the road next week, and a major loss for the Packers, who play at Dallas next Sunday. I want to thank you guys for joining me here in sports this week. Make sure to stick around after the break for a brand new name on the Walk of Fame.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
After his many years in Hollywood and educating children on fun science topics, Bill Nye is being awarded with Star on the Walk of Fame.
Bill Nye is the 2,821st person to be added to the walk.
Nye came a long way from his humble beginnings as a school.
This just like reminds me, like I used to watch like Bill Nye like literally so long ago. I literally forgot about it, but I still remember like 7th grade like learning about the, you know, like the volcanoes and everything. So like, what are your guys' perspectives on this?
There was almost nothing better with extra time back in like late elementary school, end of the day kind of thing. Just the teacher threw on a Bill Nye episode. We all went nuts in the classroom, just something about the science field. I mean, I personally love the weather ones, but I mean, even volcanoes and just all the other sciences that Bill had to talk about and just teach about in the ways that he did was very impressionable on children, and I think people of our age.
I still remember the theme song.
Bill, 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 Bill. And then as far as the final weather goes, I mean, I don't know how you guys have been feeling about the muggy weather, but it's not going to be going away anytime soon. So we have any plans to get out once the rain goes away, or?
I mean, you know what? I just hate the weather here in Oswego anyway, so I'm just hoping to get through the fall, get through the winter, get back on the bright side with the sun back in April.
I mean, I'm ready for fall at this point. It's almost October as we're talking, so.
That's our report for tonight.
Have a great night, everyone.